Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how I got this makeup look. It's pretty, I don't want to say simple because I hate using that word, but it's pretty wearable, right? It's pretty neutral, wearable. I honestly wasn't planning on filming tonight, but I have had a lot of new subscribers this week. Thank you so much, Emily, for sending your subscribers over to my channel. You guys are amazing. Have just felt so much love this week from you guys, and so much love for Emily. Like, you guys are amazing. I mean, I just love how much you love Emily because I love her too. Anyway, this isn't a big love fest. It could turn into that really quickly, but I do want to say thank you guys for coming over here and watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. I feel like this look is pretty wearable. I feel like it's pretty relatable. You know, this is kind of something like I would do on myself pretty often, pretty regularly, every day kind of thing. I wanted to use a lot of products that I used in my favorites video, which was the last video that I uploaded. So you will find a lot of videos that a lot of products that I talked about in that video I'm actually using in this video, so you can see a demonstration of them and hear me talk about a little bit more about them. So that was my purpose and my goal with this video. So yeah, I really don't have much more to say. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Just click like right up here and you'll be subscribed to my video so you don't miss my video. Be subscribed to my channel so you don't miss future videos and things like that. If you are new to my channel, my name is Lisa. I post reviews, makeup tutorials, first impressions, hauls, all that good stuff. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. You guys, thank you so much for watching and let's get started. My ears, I have funny ears. Okay, so first let's start with skin. I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I start with eyes, sometimes I start with skin, but this look isn't going to be super dark or dramatic on the eyes, so we'll start with skin. I'm going to use some of the products that I talked about in my favorites video because I just want to show you guys how I use them. So this first product that I'm using is the NARS Hot Sand Illuminator, and today I'm going to use this, just apply it kind of all over the center of my face. It's very sheer and natural, so you don't have to really worry about it looking too shimmery or oily on the eyes. I mean, on the skin. It's very subtle. It gives a very natural, subtle, believable glow is what I would say. Then I'm going to use the Lancome Stick Foundation. I didn't talk about this in my favorites video, but if you've been watching my videos for the last like couple of months, then you know this is definitely one of my favorites. I love this foundation. This might be my all-time favorite foundation because it just hits all the high points. Like, it's really easy to apply. It's very natural looking, but it gives amazing coverage. And it's very long wearing. And it has like a natural matte finish, so it doesn't look really dry and powdery, but it doesn't look glowy or dewy. So you don't have to worry about how it's going to look. Dewy foundations are really pretty, but you know, it's a high maintenance foundation because you can't just put it on in the morning and then go. You have to constantly be checking it and touching up with it, especially if you have like normal to oily skin. This one is great because you can really apply this in the morning and then you don't even have to worry about it. It's just going to stay in place all day long. So I'm using the Real Techniques brush, which is another product that I talked about in my favorites video. I love this foundation brush. It just blends out product so quickly, and then I like the shape because I'll use that for concealer too when I get there. You can build this foundation up, so if you want a little more coverage, which I kind of do in the center of my face, I'm going to go in and add a little bit more. For concealer, I'm going to use my Naked Urban Decay concealer. It's just one that I have been using. It's great because it gives good coverage. It's very natural looking under the eye. It's not really heavy. And I like the application. I like the wand. It's really easy to apply. I don't have to get anything on my fingers. And I'm just using that Real Techniques brush for concealer. So now that I have that on, let's go ahead and set that. I'm going to use the Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And I'm going to use my favorite brush for this, which is the Morphe M501 brush. And I'm just going to set underneath my eyes, the center of my forehead with that, and down my nose a little bit. Okay, so before I set the rest of my face with powder, I am going to go and add some color. I'm going to use the Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer for this. And I was using this today and I noticed that I've actually hit the bottom of it, which I am shocked. Well, I'm not shocked because I use this every single day, but I haven't hit the bottom of a product in a long time, so that can tell you how much I like this product. I'm using the MAC 109 brush for this. I really like this brush because of the shape of it. It's perfect for applying this product. And it's a perfect size too. It's not too big, it's not too small, so it still looks really natural. It doesn't look too carved out. Like if you use a smaller, more dense brush, you get a very carved out kind of look, which I'm not going for. This is just gonna give me a little bit of like that sun-kissed look to my skin, give my skin more of like that natural kind of golden glow without looking like I've got a lot of product there. Does that make sense? And then I always do my nose. Again, since I'm not contouring, I'm not too concerned about like placement here. And this is a really natural product. So this is just going to give the center of my face a little bit of that tan look. I love the way this smells. I don't know why, but I like the way it smells a lot. Okay. What shall we do next? Okay, next I'm going to set all of my foundation. I'm going to use the Mercier translucent powder. I don't always set the foundation, the Lancome stick foundation, with a powder. I am going to today, but I don't always feel the need to do that. It is a foundation that I feel like you can get away without setting, especially if you have dry skin. If you have oily skin, you might want to do that, but I don't feel the need to do it all the time. So I'm just going to kind of lightly set everything we've done on the skin. Okay, so I need some eyebrows because I'm looking at my brows and it's freaking me out. I'm looking at my face and I just see like this, like taking out all the imperfections, and I just kind of look like a talking mask. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and comb my brows first. I'm using the Brow Definer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I talked about this in my favorites video. I really like this product a lot. It's great if you like more of a natural brow. I'm going to go for not necessarily a super natural brow, but I'm going to use this first and I'm going to go over with this with powder. But you certainly can use this by itself. You don't need to go over with a powder. Like I said, especially if you're going for a really natural brow. This is great because it's not as like precise as the brow pencils are by her. It's got a much bigger tip than those do, so you're not going to get that really defined sharp brow from this product. You're really going to get, to me, it's like using a powder and a wax together. That's kind of how I would describe this product, or at least the payoff of this product. It has like a slight waxy texture to it, but it's very natural like a powder. And the tip of it is larger than a brow pencil, so you're not going to get that really crisp, defined brow, which some people like, some people don't. Some people like both, depending on the day. That would be me. But I'm going to use this first, and then I'm going to go over it with a powder just to give it more definition. My brows are very different. I don't know if they look that different on camera, but they're extremely different. I always struggle with like trying not to obsess over getting them to look identical, because brows are sisters. They're not twins, but they should not be distant cousins, and that is your goal, right? So it's okay if they're not identically, they don't identically match, but you want them to kind of go together, right? So next I'm taking Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Duo Powder, and I'm using the darkest shade in medium brown, and I'm just going to basically kind of outline the bottom of my eyebrow to give a little more definition. Okay. So next, let's start with eyes. So I'm going to use a new product. I have not talked about this, I don't think, in a video. This is the Bobbi Brown Nude Beach, what is this called? Ombre Cream Stick. No, that's not what it's called. It's called Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. Longwear Cream Shadow. So this is an eyeshadow stick, basically. I'm going to use this as a primer today, though. I got this at Nordstrom. I don't know if it's exclusive to Nordstrom or if they carry it in Sephora, but they had a line of like 4 or 5 maybe kind of nude shade of these, of cream stick liners. Cream stick shadows, sorry. And I really liked this. This is like a really pretty, creamy, warm, peachy nude. So I'm going to use this as a primer. You can certainly use this as eyeshadow by itself. You don't have to put a shadow on top of it, but I am going to put a shadow on top of this and just use this as a primer. The way that I've been using this a lot lately is actually using it on my lower lash line as a primer. So, you know, you can totally put like primer on your lower lashes, especially if you use shadow down there, like just do a smoky line. And this is really nice because it's the shape of eyeliner anyway, so it's really easy to put down there. But I'm going to use this all over my lid, and then I'm going to use it on my lower lash line in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to use this brush, the 221 by MAC. I talked about this in my favorites video. I love this brush. I don't know how long it's been out. If it's been out for a while, I don't know how long I like what took me so long to get it, but this brush is like the perfect size crease brush. I'm gonna take my hair out because it looks crazy to me. It's like the perfect size crease brush for someone like me that has small eyes or more of a hooded eyelid, someone that doesn't have like most of us, right, who don't have huge eyes and lots of space to work with. This is really great. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this shade in the Chocolate Bar palette, which is the palette that I talked about in my favorites video, and I'm going to take a little bit of this shade called milk chocolate, and I'm just going to kind of work this into my crease. Great thing about that Bobbi Brown shadow stick is it's actually pretty creamy. It's not really dry like I find some of those kind of products are. This one's really creamy, so it's almost like using like a paint pot by MAC. It actually kind of dries a little bit slower than that, so they're nice to work with. Okay, next I'm going to go in and lay a little bit of this color called Salted Caramel, and I'm going to use the same brush. That's what I love about this brush, is it's small enough that it can work as your eyelid brush, and it can also work as your crease brush. So I'm going to use this color. It's so pretty. This might be my favorite color in the entire palette because it's just the most gorgeous, like peachy matte shade. And it's called Salted Caramel. And I'm going to just kind of like pop this on the majority of the eyelid. Oh, I'm just working this all over. My hair has been so strange lately. Like I feel like lately it's changed so much. It grows so fast. It gets so dark so quickly on top. And it also gets very oily. It's so weird. For the longest time, my hair was super dry. Like I could go like once a week with washing it. It was kind of crazy. And now I have to wash it like 3 times a week because it gets so oily in the roots. I don't know what's happening. The next thing I'm going to do is pop in a little bit of this shade. What are we going to do? We're going to do Marzipan, this pretty shimmery peachy pink shade. And I'm just going to pop this right in the inner corner. I don't want to take it too far because I really want this look to, for the most part, be pretty matte. I just want this to brighten it up. It's nice having that first shade down because it kind of mutes out this shade a little bit. So instead of this being extremely like, wow, in your face white, putting that Marzipan down first will kind of tone that down. Okay, and then last I'm going to take the shade again and go over and just blend out that edge because I don't want you to see like a harsh frosty edge, which I feel like you're seeing right now. All right, and then last I'm going to go in with my brow highlight, and I'm going to use something that is more defined to apply that. I'm going to use this 242 brush by MAC, and I'm going to use this shade here, White Chocolate. This is the one shade that I feel like is a little disappointing. Even though it's such a basic shade, it's very sheer, so when you put it on, I feel like you don't really get much. Like anytime I use this, I need to go over this. But the reason I'm putting this down first is because I am going to go over it with this Champagne Truffle, and the Champagne Truffle is pretty frosty and pretty pink, and I don't want that much frostiness and pink there. So putting this matte down first is almost going to kind of like diffuse that metallic pink sheen. So that's why I chose to do that first. Instead of just going in with this, using this step first is going to really kind of help get the optimal finish of this shade. All right, so let's line the eyes. I am using the Pixie by Petra Endless Silky Eye Pencil. I talked about this in my video. I love these pencils. These were a really great find in my opinion. They're super creamy, super pigmented. They just go on so easily, but they have a very long wearing effect. So even though they're really creamy, once they set, they stay in place. I need to go back and get the black. This shade is pretty, but I always find that it's not as dark as I want my top lash line to be. I go over this with a darker shadow since it's not as dark as I want it to be, so I'm not too concerned with getting it really like perfect, you know what I'm saying? That same brush, the 242 by MAC, and we're going to go in with my Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm going to take this shade here, which is Triple Fudge, and we're going to just take that on the tip, tap off any excess, and then we're just going to go, directly on top of that liner. And I'm going to pull it up with my brush just to give a slight like winged effect. I don't know if you can see that, but I just pulled my brush up and it just gave the most subtle wing. Okay. Perfect. Next, I'm going to go in and brighten my eyes like I always do. Today I'm using the Eye Bright pencil by Benefit. This is a pink one, so it's different than like the more yellow toned shades that I usually use, but this is really nice. And I'm going to go in and just line my inner rim to give my eyes a very bright, wide-eyed, open, awake look, which is totally opposite of how I feel. Today's Wednesday, you guys, and I have literally slept maybe a total of 8 hours in the last 3 nights. It's been brutal. My youngest daughter, she'll be 2 in July. I say that, it's so funny. With your first child, I feel like you're always counting the months, and someone asks you, how old's your baby? And you're like, 21 months, 23 months. With this baby, I've been saying she'll be 2 in July for the last like 4 months, just because life is busy, you know, and you're not keeping up with that. But anyway, my youngest baby, she just transitioned to a toddler bed because she was climbing out of her crib, which is not good, obviously. So we moved her into a toddler bed, and she's just had a difficult time transitioning into that. So, and she's been sick this week. So it's like the last 3 nights, I finally lay down to go to sleep around 12 or 12:30. And she wakes up about 1 o'clock or 1:15. So I'm like literally just getting into deep sleep, and I'm woken up because she's crying. And I'll go up there and, you know, just kind of spend a couple hours with her, and she won't go back to bed, and I'll lay in her bed with her and she won't go back to bed. But anyway, basically it's been like 3 nights of seriously like getting 15 minutes of sleep here, 10 minutes here. Like it's been pretty hard. So I don't know why I went on that little rant, but the reason that's when this guy and concealer and caffeine come in hand, because I have relied on those heavily this week. So next I'm going to go do my lower lash line. I'm going to use that Bobbi Brown shadow stick again, cream shadow stick. And we're going to do something a little different than we have done so far. Let's see. Let's use this shade. This is really pretty. It's called Black Forest Truffle. And it's a really pretty, like bronzy purple shade. So it's more purple than brown, but it's not as like blue purple as the one above it. And I'm going to do that underneath right on top. What's great about putting that shadow stick first, it's just going to grab this eyeshadow and just give it something to instantly adhere to. So you don't have a lot of fallout. I'm just going to take whatever's left on this brush and brush it away. All right, so let's go ahead and put on some mascara. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do lashes or not. I'm gonna try and not do lashes because I feel like I always wear lashes in my videos, but in reality, I don't wear lashes every day. In fact, I rarely wear lashes, only if I'm going out. So first I'm using the Dior Lash Primer. This is the DiorShow Maximizer Lash Serum. I love this. I did a full video on what like my current lash routine is. And then I'm going over that with the Chanel Le Volume mascara, which I love. I like to work pretty quickly with this. I don't like to let the Dior primer dry. I think that I get a better result if I go immediately in with my mascara. This mascara is awesome. Like this is definitely my favorite mascara I've ever tried. I love this mascara. So if all Nordstroms are doing this, but you might want to call your local Nordstrom. I think in May, I don't know if it's the whole month of May or if there's a specific date in May, but I believe that it's like if you buy 2 mascaras, you get a 3rd free kind of thing, which I need to actually call myself because today is May 4th and I have not gotten a call from Nordstrom and I thought I would. But I'm going to be buying like tons of these. Okay. Okay, so my lips are just a little. Next, we're going to add some color in my cheeks. I did add that bronzer already, but I need some color. I've just been going to this palette. I talked about this in my favorites video. I've been grabbing it because it's so easy and quick, and it's right there. And I'm going to do, what am I going to do? We're going to do Dandelion and Dallas, which are these 2 shades here. One's light pink, baby pink, and then one's more rosy mauve-y. It smells good. That smells good. Have I never noticed that before? It smells so good. Okay, so I have a little mascara there on my skin. Even though it's killing me, I'm going to let it dry because the key is to let that dry and then brush it off because mascara is meant to adhere to hair, not skin. So if you let it dry, it should just flake off the skin really easily. It's whenever you go in immediately and it's still wet that you get a big mess. For lips, I'm going to use a lipstick, and I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I'm not a huge fan of this lipstick so far, but I'm going to try and give it more of a chance. But it's the Hourglass lipstick in Nude #1. You know what? I bought this because everything from Hourglass that I've ever tried, I've loved. I've always just tried their face products though. I have a foundation from them. I have a primer from them. I have a bronzer and a strobing light powder, and I think their products have all been amazing. So I thought, okay, I'll try this lipstick, and I love the packaging of it. It's so pretty, I love the shade. They have like a whole nude series. This is nude #1. I just thought it was so pretty and I said, okay, whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. I haven't been wowed by this yet. I don't know if my lips are kind of dry, but it just makes my lips look dry, I feel like. Anyway, I'm gonna use in this tutorial. You guys can tell me what you think about it. Tell me if you have this and you love it and you have any tricks for using this, or just tell me if I just need to like take better care of my lips, because I think that might be the case. So I'm gonna put this on first and I'm gonna use my lip liner. I love the color of it. That's the thing. I love the color. I just don't really necessarily like the texture or the way that my lips look with it. Just does nothing special. I mean, it's not bad. It's just nothing special. And it's, you know, not a cheap lipstick. It's like in the $30 range. I'm gonna put that on my lips, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use the Kryolan contour pencil. And I feel really bad because in my last video I was like, oh, it's just called the contour pencil, there's no name. Well, I went on to order this for somebody and I noticed that I couldn't find it when I was searching for lip pencils on their website. You have to search for contour pencil, because I guess this could be used as an eyeliner too, which I didn't know. And this is the shade in 925. So they come in a bunch of different numbers. This is the number 925. I'm gonna go over that and line my lips. This lip liner is amazing. It's so creamy and rich. It's so nice. Kind of fill in my lips a little bit with it, just so it's not just like a liner on my lips. All right, so let's take off that mascara. I'm just gonna take a clean concealer brush. I feel like I need some gloss. You guys think I need some gloss? I need some gloss. Let me get some gloss. Okay, I'm gonna just add a little bit of something on my lips. I'm using the Laura Mercier Violet Lip Glaze. These are some glosses I really like. They smell really good, and they're really nice because they're really shiny and glossy, and they have a good amount of color. Like, they're sheer enough to where you can put them on top of product, but they give you enough color to where you can wear them by themselves if you want to. So they're really great glosses. I need to get some more of these. And there you have it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching it with me. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. If you decide to recreate this look, just hashtag Lisa J Makeup on Instagram so I can see it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a fabulous Mother's Day. I hope I get this edited and up before Mother's Day. We have a busy weekend this weekend, but that is my intention. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.